Go ahead. Your question's kind of provocative. Who would you want? I said Caitlin Clark.
I'll take Watkins.
What do you love so much about her?
She's good. She's really good.
And she's young.
Thank you. She's a freshman.
So they still got the rules where,
Angel Reese, I'm out on.
Oh.
I'm out on. She's good.
She was controlling that game up until she's
a little too robotic for me.
But she'll work in the WNBA, though.
I have no idea. I don't know what that league's like.
Yeah.
I can't assume.
And UConn got some bangers. What's number 10 on UConn? She is a problem down low. She was like Draymond. But anyway.
She punched somebody?
I'm going to give you a 3.
No, we
don't have a name here for the WNBA team as of yet.
No, but you can suggest names. They had the general manager of the women's team on with the night of the women's empowerment broadcast, and she said she's accepting suggestions. I'm serious. I can't remember her name.
Do you know if it'll be San Francisco, Golden?
Jess Smith.
Of course. Yes, exactly. Jess Smith. So if you have any ideas for a name of the WNBA,
we got to get it right now.
Of course it's going to be San Francisco, right?
Okay.
I would think.
Well, we tried to get Evan play-by-play when we were over there. You did. You hooked him up.
Next question.
I tried to point out you did something good. That's all.
You don't have to do that. I got a reputation for not doing stuff like that.
But Steiny stuff.
So I don't necessarily think. I take Watkins.
The world stopped last night.
Stop saying that.
It did.
That's the seventh time.
You weren't on Twitter.
No, it didn't.
You were not on Twitter, so you don't know.
The world didn't stop.
You weren't on Twitter, so you don't know.
The world did not stop.
Sports world.
We're still here this morning. It didn't stop.
Well, I didn't say it's done.
Yes, you did.
I ain't
you
going
said
Kyle.
It stopped. So it stopped. Well, it stopped for the first game. Then it stopped again for the second game.
It was beautiful.
And according to you, it stopped because somebody threw a no-hitter that nobody heard of.
No, it was
How many
beautiful.
times did the world stop since the show ended yesterday?
The fact that you weren't on X, you missed that. That added to the experience of watching those two great games.
Let me tell you what added to the experience is being off X.
No,
that adds to the experience.
It wasn't a cesspool.
I'll never go
back.
Yes, it was.
No, everybody was talking about.
Oh, how'd Paul Pierce do on Twitter last night?
Well,
he said he was catching grief.
Oh, yeah, no, for something he said on TV.
So it's toxic.
Well, he just pointed out.
Very toxic.
Oh, Caitlin did it again. She's white and did it against the sisters, which is ridiculous. But he did that on TV.
Mike's in Berkeley. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Mikey.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Hold on, Mike. Hold on, Mike. Feels like the world's stopping for this call. Mike.
Uh-oh.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, that was bad.
I got you.
That was bad humor.
I got you. I give it a 1.
Hey, there you go.
Hey,
1.
Mike.
Go ahead, Mike. I'm going to give you a 5.
Hey, guys, I'm sitting here thinking, all these people calling in, and, a lot of them are right. They got their opinions, and bits and pieces are right. But the Warriors play like a team that have recently won 4 championships. There's no hunger. There's no focus of detail, and they're being coached like they've won 4 championships recently. Now, let me ask you guys this. Do you think Steph Curry would play the way he plays if he hadn't won 4 championships? Jacking up crazy shots in the fourth quarter, being so careless with the ball. Do you think Steve Kerr would coach a team the way he coaches a team if they recently hadn't won 4 championships?
That's for Goo.
I mean,
I'm not answering that.
It's just kind of obvious that there's no hunger, there's no attention to detail, and I just see it as, unless you press the reset button at the beginning of the year and do the Etch-a-Sketch and shake it above your head and do all this stuff and start over, then you're just resting on your laurels. That's all they're doing.
But what about Wednesday when we saw Steph Curry with that emotion? That falls under hunger for me, right? He was fed up. I mean, they're trying to win, and Steph's always played with a flair and turn the ball over. That's just, they've been so great, they were able to overcome that.
I just think that's an accumulation of years and years of Draymond's nonsense. And that's another thing. Do you think this team would put up with this if they hadn't won 4 championships in recent memory? This would not be happening. And the way they coach the young guys, I mean, you look at Moses Moody. I know everybody talks Moses Moody. I mean, he's a fan favorite for a reason. The guy hustles. He plays hungry. He's one of the guys out there that you can count on day in and day out. And if you see what the coaching staff has done with him in the last 3 weeks. I mean, Wiggins goes out for 4 games. In comes Moody. Now, albeit a day after that, Kerr said he was out of the rotation, and he was the 13th man. He steps in and he plays some ball. Guess what? The very first game that Wiggins comes back, he's the 10th man off the bench. He's the 10th man in the game. So, I mean, you're going up and down with this guy. If you invest in him and treat him like he's a valuable player and he's got upside, give him confidence, the guy's a dynamite player.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate the call. With you.
I don't think they're lazy or not trying to play. I don't see that part of it, Steiny. That's when you quit.
Well,
but
Draymond, Draymond quit the other night.
No, that he did.
And apparently Wiggins quit on Sunday.
Paige Beckers
according to
quit.
You guys.
Well, she's baller too.
Mike Bassick was on with the Morning Roast. He's a talk show host out of Houston, former Major League Baseball player.
Gave up Barry Bonds home. Go ahead.
Here's what he had to say on the Warriors. He said something that I'll let Guru react to.
My wonder is where they're at standings-wise last year and this year, and how much Curry has left. I don't know where the future is for the Warriors, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. It's almost like they need to rebuild a team around Curry, but then you have to ask yourself, is Curry young enough and have enough left in the tank that we could do like a 1 or 2 year rebuild, and in 2026 possibly put a championship team around Curry?
What is a championship team around Curry? And he's from Dallas.
Yeah.
What does a championship team around Curry look like when he's 38? And what does he look like at 38?
Well,
is he a starter?
Oh, no doubt, Steiny. You're looking at me like...
How many minutes is he playing?
I would say up to 30, 26 to 2. I know they're not the same. Don't take this the wrong way because you did early. Steiny, they dedicate themselves to staying in tip-top shape, and that's why I always bring up the LeBron comp. I know it's different bodies, but Steiny, 2 years of Steph Curry playing 30 minutes a game, I don't think if you get the right people around him and his specialty is shooting and you really, take the ball handling duties away from him, I don't think that's impossible.
Well, of course it's not impossible.
This is the crazy thing.
What kind of player is he night in and night out at 38 years old?
I think he can get you 24 to 25 points a game. And
well,
can
that doesn't sound like
37% from 3.
Well, how are you? Okay. No. How important is he at that point? Is he still your best player?
At that point, you would have, like Kuminga would take it would be an argument like, he wouldn't be number 4. He would be 2, maybe 2.5 in a perfect world.
That seems.
Or maybe I'm lowering it to like, come on, Goo. We're not.
I mean, I don't know. The idea that. I mean, I'm advocating for Kuminga to stay, but I'm advocating for Kuminga to stay because I think you can use Kuminga and some of the young guys to try to rebuild something here. But I guess that's where I think they're effed in a way. You're going to try to rebuild something in 2 years, and Steph at 38 is a main cog on a championship type team. Like, if that happens, like, great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Mix in San Jose. I don't know.
Well, you said something that's a rat on the table that nobody wants to talk about but me. Steiny, life is about relationships, and sometimes you make decisions because of friendships and the history, and you said it earlier and it hit me. Do the Warriors feel like they owe Steph Curry that opportunity?